DAngelo Russell returned to action on Monday for the first time since February 8th following knee surgery. Russell had 25 points in 24 minutes off the bench. So, Ramona, the Timberwolves have 21 games left this season. How do they work in Russell and Anthony Edwards in that backcourt?
It's really difficult. Now, Chris Finch, when I talked to him a couple weeks ago, and he said when he took over, one of the biggest things that he had to look at with this team is, what can I affect now? I mean, he's taking over in the middle of a year. They have to change their concept. You have a bunch of young players. Anthony Edwards is a rookie, and as we talked about with James Wiseman, they didn't have training camp. They didn't have summer league. So you're learning on the fly. And he essentially simplified everything. And his way of simplifying it was, we're going to play through Karl-Anthony Towns. Right. We're going to use Karl-Anthony Towns the way that Denver uses Nikola Jokic. And one of the things that Finch was saying was essentially, when he was in Denver as an assistant there, they actually didn't think that they used Jokic enough.
Right.
And they don't want to make that mistake. So Karl Towns is the key to making this work, because he understands, I got to get Anthony Edwards going. I got to get DAngelo Russell going. And they have a time limit here. I mean, they're probably going to have either a top 3 pick in this draft, or if they lose their the 4th or 5th pick, that will go to the Warriors. That'll be disappointing. Yeah. But they'll have a decision to make about drafting another point guard. And they obviously chose not to do that this year with LaMelo Ball. They took Anthony Edwards instead. They wanted a wing. But this is a decision that is coming up. So this last bit of the season here with DAngelo Russell, Anthony Edwards, Karl Towns, this is your audition. This is your time to say, this group can work.
Royce?
Yeah, you know, kind of based on what, piggybacking off what Ramona said, she makes a great point about Karl Towns and the way that the Wolves have tried to kind of reconfigure their offense. You know, I spent some time with the Wolves before they drafted Anthony Edwards, and, you know, there was a lot of talk about the partnership with Towns and Russell and how they just hadn't had an opportunity to see what that looked like on the floor. And then I talked with Anthony Edwards before the season and kind of what his adjustment was going to look like now that the Wolves brought him in. And he said he was a little uncomfortable with what they were asking him to do. He was relearning some things about how he was trying to be a spot-up shooter. They wanted him to play off the ball more. And guess what happened? DAngelo Russell's been out. Anthony Edwards got on the ball, and we've really seen him showcase his skills. So like what Ramona's talking about, there's going to be some reconfiguring going on here, and that's where Karl Towns can really be the fulcrum of this offense, to spray the ball out and let Anthony Edwards do what he's good at, which is slashing and scoring, having the ball in his hands, while also maximizing what DAngelo Russell can do.
I mean, I'm not comparing him to a future Hall of Famer in Dwayne Wade, but, you know, Tom Crean, as his coach, looks at, you know, he saw Anthony Edwards and he probably envisioned some Dwayne Wade in him. And when you see his game, you could see the similarities between the two. So I'm with you on that.
I mean, he should actually be a college freshman right now. Don't forget, he reclassified to be in this year's draft. And so he's still so young. DAngelo Russell drafted as a point guard, kind of more of a combo guard. And so I think if you put Karl Towns in that Jokic role, it opens everything up.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.